Hello guys and welcome back to Gadgets and Wheels. Today I'm gonna do a full review of this HP Pavilion Gaming 15 laptop as a lot of you guys have been asking me to do it, and I'm really sorry guys that I could not give you a review a little early, but the problem was I did record a review and there were some sound issues because a lot of construction was going on around me, so I had to drop that review and then re-record everything. So let's not waste any time and get started. Let's start off with the design. And the first thing that comes to my mind is the design of this laptop. It's a bit quirky, but it grows on you. So the design elements do not end on the outside of this laptop, but they are even carried forward over here. You can see in the form of this grill and these cuts which are given on the display of this laptop. So the design is quirky, and the more you use this laptop, the more this design is going to grow on you, because I am in love with it. And the way this display has been mounted, you love using it while you're editing your video or playing some games. It looks like a television or something, and I really love the design of this laptop. While I've been using it, it's been really great. And also the build quality is top notch. I haven't faced any problem with the build quality of this laptop as well. So guys, let's move on to the performance and the display of this laptop, because if you're buying this laptop, the major things that you will be looking at is the performance and the display, how good these things are. So to start off, let's boot this laptop up and let's see how much time does it takes to boot up. Once I press that power button, it'll light up to tell you that I've pressed it, and you can judge the time for yourself. Here we go. So it's booting up, the lights are on. It takes around 8 to 9 seconds. That's what I've noticed. There you go, it's booted up completely. So guys, it's pretty quick when it comes to the booting time. So let me just log in quickly and I'll show you more things about this laptop. Now that I'm logged into the laptop, let's talk about the display. And this display is just amazing guys. This display works really well, and it has the peak brightness of 250 nits, which some of the laptops in this price segment lack, and that's something that you really need. You want your display to go very bright, and you want your display to go very low in the brightness if you want to, and it performs very well in both the segments. I've tried this laptop for at least a month now, and video editing experience and watching content on this laptop, all these experiences have been really great. I have no issues, and the color reproduction is really accurate. Even if I open Google Chrome and go to google.com, you can see the color reproduction of this laptop. It's very good. I don't have any complaints with the display. It's one of the best in its price segment, and even when you use it, you will have no complaints with this display at all. So from the display, let's move on to the keyboard of this laptop. You can see this keyboard is a full-size keyboard, and the keys have a decent travel as well. I mean, I don't have any complaints about the keys. It felt really good while typing and using it on my day-to-day usage. And apart from that, even the backlit that is given on this laptop, which is the purple one, it's much better than the red ones that you usually get on the laptop, because under low light situation, the red one really hurts your eyes. But this one does not hurt your eyes as much as the red ones. Yes, it does hurt your eyes. The preferred will be the white ones. White ones are much better, I would say. And the problem I've noticed is, you can see right here, from the bottom of the keys, you can see the light reflecting out. So that is the only thing which hurts your eyes when you're using this keyboard. But if it is kept at an angle, just like the way I have kept it, if you are using a cooling pad or something, definitely your laptop will be at an angle, and that will reduce this effect, and your eyes will be perfectly fine. You will not feel any kind of pressure on your eyes while using this. So in terms of that, yeah, I feel this keyboard is actually a little better than the ones used in other laptops. And there's no flex here on the keyboard, because I've seen a lot of laptops which feel sturdy, but when you press here, you will see that this entire portion, when you press it, it just pushes down. So while typing, that feels a little spongy, and this one does not feel that spongy, and it's very good to use. So from the keyboard of the laptop, let's move on to the trackpad. And the trackpad is very good. It's a pretty big trackpad, and it's fairly responsive to your touches as well. You can see how quickly it responds to all the commands that I'm giving it to the trackpad. But the only problem I've noticed is this thing, this noise. You hear this clunky noise, and it's not from any other corners, it's just from this corner. If I do the same thing here, no noise. If I do at the top, no, nothing. It's just this part which makes this clunky noise. I don't know why. And just to cross verify that this is not a problem with my machine and it's present across the laptop range from HP. I mean, in this particular model, I went to a nearby Reliance Digital and they had one of these laptops in the display, and I checked the trackpad on that laptop and even that was making the similar noises. So I guess this is present in almost all the laptops that you buy from this model, and that's what you get, and you will have to live with it if you're buying this laptop. And to be honest, it's not a problem, but it is something that I noticed and wanted to share with you guys. So let's talk about the ports on this laptop, and this is a con of this laptop because this has just two USB ports. And initially I was pretty happy with the amount of ports that I got, but now that I'm using it for a month, it's a bit of problem because you can see one USB port is already occupied because I've used this wireless mouse all the time with my laptop. I don't use the trackpad at all. And if I'm connecting a cooling pad to this laptop, then I have occupied the second port as well. And that is a problem because when you occupy both of these ports, you don't have the flexibility to use another device onto the laptop. And giving up on your flexibility to work, that is something I don't like. And if I want to use a USB keyboard, I simply cannot because there is no other port left. And yes, I can actually do it by buying a USB type C to type A connector and then connect my keyboard to that, or if I want to connect my phone to that, I can do that definitely, but that's an added cost to the laptop. You have to buy a separate accessory just to make sure you have an additional USB port, and that is something that I don't like. And 3 USB ports is a must on the laptop. So let's move on to the segment that you guys wanted to be reviewed, and that is the performance segment of this laptop. So I'll open just few of the apps to show you how quickly they open up on this laptop. So let me start off with the basic one, which is the Google Chrome. There you go, it's open up. Let's open the Explorer. You can see how quickly it performs. Let's try to open Adobe XD. There you go, it's opened up. Let's try Adobe Premiere Pro. This is one of the applications which takes a lot of time to open on a laptop which does not have a proper graphic card, and sometimes it can take up to 30 seconds to 1 minute as well. So you can see for yourself how much time it takes on this laptop. Almost loaded. And here we go. That's it. It's opened up. So you can see how quickly it opens up these applications. These are very graphic intensive applications like Adobe Premiere Pro. And now let's try Photoshop. So I'm using a portable Photoshop, that's why you see this prompt over here. Let's see how quickly it opens up. And this segment is going to be uncut because I'm not cutting anything in between, just to make sure that you see everything for yourself, and I'm not manipulating anything over here. So there you go, even the Photoshop opens up. So these are actually pretty quick times for these applications, because if you can try to install Adobe Premiere Pro on your laptop, if you do not have a laptop which has these configurations, and you can try to run these applications, you can see for yourself that it will take around 1 minute to open these applications. So let's play some games and then see the performance of the display as well as the laptop, because that segment is going to be awesome. So guys, I wanted to start this segment by playing Forza Horizon, and as you can see right on the screen, I've got an error which says system memory does not meet minimum requirements, and that is something because of the RAM. We we are using 6 GB of RAM, and the minimum requirement for this game is 8 GB RAM. 2 GB of RAM on this laptop is occupied by the internal graphic card. So that's the pain point. But actually it is not, because this laptop can still run this game like a charm. So let me just play that game and show you how smoothly this runs, and I'll show you the settings I'm running this game on. So let me just start the game and then I'll show you. I can show you the video settings. You can see over here the settings I'm running this game on. Let me just bring you closer. Here guys, you can see the settings I'm running on. So it's set to ultra, and the resolution is the maximum that you can get in this game. So I'm using the maximum resolution. Everything is set to high. Over here everything is set to high. Frame rates, it's at the max. You can get 60 at max, and that's where it is at. So let me just save all these things and let's move to the gameplay. Yeah.
Hey Murphy, I have set your route to a nearby race event.
So I'm going to the race event now. Almost crashed. I'm bad at this game guys, so do not expect me to be a perfect gamer, but yeah, you can see even when there are multiple cars, I'm not having any kind of lags or stutters. You can see how smooth all these animations are, and I hope this will give you an idea how good this laptop performs. You can see the frame rates being pushed at the top right hand side of the screen, and you get the NVIDIA GeForce Experience Center as well, where you can record the game, you can do an instant replay, or you can broadcast it live. So I'm going to record the screen just so that I can show you the frame rates which are being pushed. So it's recording now. You can see right here at the bottom of the screen it's recording. So let's start the race and proceed with it. Guys, this is gonna be a little long review because I want to show you that this game performs really well, and I'm not trying to manipulate any facts about this laptop. So I guess that will give you enough idea about how this game works on this laptop. You can see there are no lags or stutters at all. So guys, the game has been launched. Let me quickly just show you the settings, how the settings are, and it is already set to highest if I'm not wrong. Yeah, you can see this is the highest possible resolution which you can set. So let me just show you. Yeah, you can see these resolutions are lower than what I'm using right now. So this is the highest resolution. It is set to 60 Hz. We have only 60 and 20 Hz option, and this is how all the settings are. You can see almost all of them are at pretty high. Even if I go to the advanced settings, you can see all of these things are on. So let me just go back to the game and show you how good this performs on this laptop. And this laptop performs like a charm with all these games. So here we are. If I just try to get a car, yeah, let's drive the car. That will give you the best option, or the best experience of how this laptop performs. You can see the graphics which are being pushed, and you can see how good this laptop performs. in terms of these games. These are pretty heavy games, guys. GTA 5 is a pretty heavy game, and it actually runs very very smooth on this laptop. You can see there are no lags or stutters at all. You can see there are no lags or stutters at all. So that's how this game works. You can see any movement that I'm doing does not have any kind of lag or stutters at all. So that's how good this laptop performs. I guess you may have already got the idea. So guys, the next game I'm gonna play is PUBG Mobile. So let's start with the game, and let me show you the settings first, and then we'll get into the game. So if I go into the settings and show you the settings, you can see the NVIDIA highlights are on, and then I set it to borderless display mode. FPS are set to 60. In-game FPS cap, we can set it to custom, but the display does not support it, so it's better that we set it to display based. Then brightness is at 70%. Let me increase the brightness a little bit. And then if we look at rest other things, you can see graphic quality is set to ultra, everything is set to high, and you can see everything is set to ultra. I have switched off the motion blur because I don't like it like that. Let's go back and resume. So let me just land somewhere, and then I'll show you the rest of the clips. So guys, as you can see, I'm landing in Pochinki now. You can see a lot of people are landing as well, and that's gonna be a trouble. But you can see all these motions are very smooth. I mean, there are no lags whatsoever. I can see whatever I want to, and there are no lags or stutters. See, this is a smooth motion that I'm doing right now, and you can see there is no lag at all. So this is how I wanted to test this out. You can see it in picture as well. So I have put a small clip where you can see everything. I wanted to make sure that you can gauge the real quality that this offers. And as I've already shown you the settings, if you want me to show it again, let me just go to the settings quickly and show you that I'm using. I mean, you can see the FPS and everything. Even if you want to see the quality, it's set to ultra. All of these things are set to ultra. Motion blur is disabled because I don't like it. If you want, I can enable that as well and play a little bit with that. So let's resume. And this is a pretty good game, and it runs without any lags or any issues. You can see here I'm just running around and there are no lags at all. Everything is smooth. So guys, that's it from the gameplay, and I hope that will give you a good idea about the performance of this laptop. And the laptop has been performing really well, guys. I've been using it from more than a month, and I'm really happy with this laptop in terms of the performance aspect. But the only thing that's bugging me a lot is the speakers of this laptop. Don't get me wrong there, but the speakers are not that great in terms of the volume levels. The sound quality is really good. The sound quality is really good as I expected it to be. But the only problem is when there is a little bit of noise around, you simply cannot hear what the speaker is playing. So that's where I'm at. So that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to share with you about this laptop. And I would say if you have a budget of 52 to 53,000 rupees, definitely go for this laptop because it's a really great laptop at that price point. If you have a budget of around 60,000 rupees, I would say go for Acer Nitro, which comes with a better GPU. So this is my recommendation. I'll leave the links down in the description. You can check them out. And please do subscribe to my channel because I really need that, guys. A lot of people have been watching the videos, but they are not subscribing. So please help me gain the subscribers so that I can make awesome content for you. Maybe I'll be reviewing another Asus TUF laptop. If you want me to review that Asus TUF laptop, please do let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys and take care.